Never heard of him.
What happens when boxing's calmest champion finally snaps? The Las Vegas airport, a place where thousands pass through every day, suddenly turned into a battlefield when Terence "Bud" Crawford allegedly swung at rising star Jaron Ennis in a shocking confrontation that rocked the boxing world. Security rushed in within seconds, but the moment had already gone viral. The damage was done. So what really happened between the pound-for-pound king and boxing's next big thing? Let's break it all down. Witnesses claim Boots made the first move cool, confident, maybe testing the champ's composure. Crawford, usually calm and collected, didn't back down this time. Words flew, tempers flared, and before anyone could react, Crawford threw the first punch.
They're being thrown. There's no room for this in the sport. There's no room for Davis brothers to be in the building tonight. The police escorted them out. You saw.
Boots didn't fall, but chaos exploded instantly. Security stormed in, and within minutes, footage was everywhere. But make no mistake, this wasn't random. This clash had been building for years. To understand why Crawford snapped, you have to understand where he stands. After dismantling Errol Spence Jr. and humbling Canelo Alvarez, a man once thought untouchable, Crawford cemented his place as boxing's undisputed best. The pound-for-pound king, the face of the sport. But at the top, someone's always waiting to take your throne. And that's where Jaron Ennis comes in. Boots isn't just another contender. He's lightning fast, explosive, defensively elite, and switches stances like it's second nature, just like Crawford. His ring IQ is off the charts for his age.
Terence Crawford is the best fighter on the planet. Pound for pound, he's that dude. In this four-belt era, he is now the undisputed world champion 3 times over. 140 pounds, 147, now 168 pounds, claiming all the belts. You don't see people doing that very often. Going up against a guy who was perceived as being bigger and stronger, Crawford was strong. Crawford was strong enough to fend him off, strong enough to make him respect his own power. He used his jab, he used his distance. He had poise in the ring, he wasn't rattled. He backed up and moved when necessary and kept us different. He exchanged enough to gain respect when necessary. It was a brilliant, brilliant, masterful fight on Terence Crawford's.
That's why legends, analysts, and promoters have all said the same thing for years. Ennis is the next Terence Crawford. Everything about him feels like Bud, and that's
the fight that everybody wants to see.
Yeah.
I want to do it.
Do you respect him as like when he's like, I got a couple fights left, I'm at the end, I'm only trying to get mega fights, so
I understand it, but don't lie or kept to the net and make it seem like I had the opportunity to fight you and I didn't. I never did. You know what I'm saying? And then that one time that I did, we said they called and we said we never heard nothing else back about it. So right. I mean, I respect it though. I mean, get your money. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing, but don't be.
Exactly the problem. Crawford hates that comparison. He spent his life building his own legacy, one that doesn't need a next version. He's done it all, became undisputed into divisions, silenced every critic, even moved up to conquer Canelo, the sport's biggest superstar. So when people call Boots the new Crawford, it hits a nerve. To Bud and his team, it feels like pure disrespect.
Who they are cancels out each other as far as height. You know, they both switch hitters, lift, and everything. All of that cancels out each other. So they are literally the same people pretty much. The only difference is Crawford done been in a big stage against big fighters so many times. And also with age, he didn't beat up his body, so his age is actually good. He got the grown man strength. He not just grown man strength, but he built on top of that. Like look at him at 135. He was a little scrawny dude. He wasn't a big dude. Now look at him. He ripped up everything. He's strong. So
sure.
I feel like he got everything, all the experience, all the knowledge. So I gotta go with Crawford.
Now here's the twist. Everyone wants Crawford versus Boots. Fans are demanding it. pros are hyping it. Even Eddie Hearn called it the fight.
He's not me.
Yeah.
You know, as much as a lot of people, you know, say we have similarities and, you know, we switch a lot and we fight a lot. He's not me, you know, and I'm not him. So, yeah.
Tim had said comparison that like he's like a Chrysler 300 and you're like a Batman.
Yeah, like once again, like he's not me. You know, he's trying to get to where I'm at. You know, he's where he at, I'm where I'm at. You know, he got a long way to go.
Boxing needs. But Crawford isn't convinced. He said it himself, fighting Boots adds nothing to his legacy. Crawford's 36, a proven legend. Boots is 27, still climbing. If Crawford wins, critics will—
No, he don't bring nothing to the table. He got our leftovers. Why would Bud want to go backwards? Why would we want to go backwards? Bud looking for bigger and better fights. So where he can etch his name in the concrete forever. I don't know, because I really don't look at none of the welterweights since we did clear the division now.
Say he beat a kid. But if he loses, a decade of dominance and two undisputed reigns vanish overnight. From Bud's perspective, it's all risk, no reward, and that's why the Boots is coming talk.
You know, Terence is only going to fight Boots if there's loads of money on the line, because he knows how good Ennis is, and he's not going to fight anymore unless it's for a lot of money. So we have to do what we say. We have to prove the quality of Ennis, and he has to earn his shot against Crawford. But that is the fight that I look at in 9 to 12 months' time, 3 fights down the line. And I think US fight fans are going to be crying out for that fight. Like, you imagine if we beat Lima on Saturday, we beat Ortiz, you know, we beat Fundora or Mertzalayev or Zayas. Everyone will be calling for Ennis v Crawford.
I think a lot of fans are crying for that now.
They have been for years.
Yeah.
But the reality is we still need to, you know, it's not, I think everyone who, like I say, everybody that knows boxing.
Yeah, boxing fans.
One that knows how good Ennis is go, I mean, what a fight. That is unbelievable. But still, you've got to educate people that Ennis is as good as I say he is. Right? And you do that by beating the champion. So we've got work to do.
Ironically, Crawford's been in this exact position before. Before Spence, before Canelo, others avoided him. Fighters like Ennis and Fundora chased safer fights instead. Now that Crawford's on top, everyone suddenly wants a piece. For him, this feels like déjà vu, except now, he's the one being hunted. And if that airport clash proved anything, it's this: the Quiet King may finally be ready to roar.